judges, first let me thank all of you for being here today. We are so excited for this opportunity to share our company and robot with you. Now on to introductions. My name is Nikole Munson, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer and Marketing Director here at Ultimate Robotics.
Hello and good evening. My name is John Villarreal, and I'm the President and CEO of Ultimate Robotics.
Hello, my name is Sebastian Ortiz, and I'm the Head of Notebook and Documentation here at Ultimate Robotics.
Hi, my name is Stephany Vela. I am a financial advisor in Ultimate Robotics.
My name is Paulina Canche, and I'm Head of Spirit and Head of Outreach here at Ultimate.
The world is going through a bit of a transitionary period right now. There are still some things that are very uncertain about the times we are in regards to the current situation and in regards to the pandemic which we are currently in. That is why, when you outlined your needs to our company, we wanted to understand them on a more fundamental level. The stress and the urgency that you placed upon fulfilling your needs are ones that we understand and are the reasons why we chose to meet and exceed your needs. When you asked us for a robot that is able to isolate healthy cells from infected cells, we did just that. But we also engineered this robot to give you a greater edge over the coronavirus, thus allowing you to stop the spread of the infection. We also engineered this robot to deploy vaccines around the field, allowing cells to develop immunity. We also engineered this robot to go out into the field and collect cell samples, allowing them to be tested. And we even programmed our robot to do this function autonomously, allowing for greater ease of use when using our robot. I say this with full confidence. Our robot not only allows you to adapt to the threat, but it allows you to overcome the threat.
Not only do we have experience building robots, we have experience building state-placing and state-winning robots. Our creativity and persistence here at Ultimate has led us into success as shown by these past designs. These iterations have all been carefully crafted by our Ultimate engineers, developed by an intricate engineering process and manufactured in a safe, efficient manner. Every robot shown here is an Ultimate solution, such as the Windy, the Reaper, the Debugger, the Miner 49er, Don Fuego, and Ipasa.
And now presenting this year's innovation, Salutem Machina. Innovation in the face of adversity.
A robot this year consists of 6 major components. The drivetrain, which allows for the robot to be controlled during the driver controller period, the differential drive wheels, which allow for quick movement throughout the field, and the intake system, which allows for the administration and collection of vaccines.
Likewise, our VEX microcontroller dock allows the VEX microcontroller hub to sit safely and securely upon the robot. Our passive contact point has been engineered to produce the apt amount of normal force and frictional force, allowing the rod to move swiftly and securely throughout the field. And our intake gear mechanism has been engineered for safety and the efficiency of the intake system.
Along with guaranteed efficiency, our company also offers tangible benefits, which are focused around you, the consumer. As shown in our drivetrain, which focuses on reliability and efficiency, along with the wheels, which focus on material use and cost efficiency. Additionally, the intake mechanism was also built and designed around simplicity, which is the main focus of our strategy.
In a similar manner, we engineered our passive contact and gear mechanism with all of these requirements which we have outlined specifically for your needs, thus allowing you to have the greatest ease and usability when using our product. And so now onto the more semantic details about Salutem Machina. Salutem Machina features state-of-the-art technology, multi-operational features, and autonomous navigation, all present within a versatile robot that's able to collect cell samples, deliver vaccines, isolate cells, and is present within a multifunctional drivetrain. One of the things that we want to stress here at Ultimate is our commitment to reliability. That is why all of our robots are rigorously tested by our Ultimate engineers, tested for quality, engineered for usability, and built with high quality material, all backed up by our 100% lifetime warranty with free repairs and customizations and free software updates. Another thing I would like to stress to you as CEO of Ultimate Robotics is our commitment to affordability. That is why we have priced our robot below the market average price at $200 per unit, which we believe and which we have found to be an economically friendly price to ensure that everyone is able to use our product. In addition to buying 10 or more units of Saluta Machina, we are prepared to give you 15% of company equity and 10 additional units as a measure of goodwill and the general adapting to the threat which we are currently facing.
Even though this year we were not able to fundraise, we did raise money the year before by holding ramen noodle sales, ice cream sales, and a bowl-a-thon, which brought large crowds and benefited us financially. We as well received many donations from local businesses and organizations. Our initial income is $10,180, which came from our previous year's fundraising. And at the moment, we have no deposits, but have spent $523 in manufacturing, which has resulted with a net income of $9,657.
Here at Ultimate, we pride ourselves on staying connected with our community. Through our various outreaches, we're able to become more involved in the community, create deeper connections, and educate others on STEM. We are happy to say that despite the challenges we have faced this year, we have remained true to our values and have adapted to best serve our community.
We believe that community outreach is essential to any successful company. Therefore, we value outreach because it enables us to give back to the community. Our theory is that if you invest in your community will invest in you, whether that be moral support or financial support. It also enables us to promote best robotics and reinforce the 19-year legacy Ultimate has established. Adding to maintaining that legacy, we want to make sure we have the best successors. That's why Ultimate Robotics also uses community outreach to promote careers in STEM, not only to attract new talented members, but to also establish new connections with potential clients and partners. So as we all know, due to the pandemic, many parts of robotics have had to adjust to the threat. This was especially evident in our outreaches this year as we did everything online because we did not wish to risk anything with anyone. The first outreach of the year was a robotics-themed virtual game night. We hosted this to local elementary schools for kids ages 7 to 10 to essentially encourage students of younger ages to try STEM-related activities. We showed them basic parts of robots to popular robotics founders through games to try and make it fun for them while also still learning. The second outreach we did was a robotics promotional video. We presented this to our school's district UISD and amassed a total of 3,000 views and counting. The video was to encourage middle school children to join robotics in high school. Despite everything, we were still able to motivate young students while performing everything online, and we're glad to say that everyone was able to participate in this. As far as our marketing strategy, we tried to reach out to others about our organization through multiple platforms. This includes our Instagram, YouTube channel, Twitter, and Snapchat. Here we post pictures and videos to spread word of what we believe Best Robotics is really about and to potentially attract new Patreons.
As President and CEO of Ultimate Robotics, I personally promise you this. Ultimate offers a diverse team to help engineer the best robots to solve a wide range of problems, 100% guaranteed. So now you may be asking, well, why Ultimate? Well, for starters, Ultimate Robotics has 19 years of proven dedication. And in those 19 years, we have not only gained the experience needed to build high-quality robots, but we have gained the methodologies to ensure that we can reliably produce highly successful robots. And this is present within our guaranteed quality. Our products are not only built out of high-quality material, but are rigorously designed and tested by our Ultimate engineers to ensure the highest degree of quality and that you, the consumer, have the greatest ease of use with our robots. And all of this culminates with our outstanding achievement. For the past 19 years, Ultimate Robotics has won many awards and accolades for our robots' ability to perform on the field. This robot that you see right here on the screen, Ipasa, from 2 years ago, won multiple awards for its design, quality, ease of use, and functionality on the field.
To ensure the ultimate satisfaction of our clientele, we employ a 4-step action plan. Our first step is to prepare. Our robot is designed by CAD-certified employees and manufactured using cutting-edge technology. Next, we have our launch phase. Our robot is tested in a controlled environment to determine any underlying issues in a robot's design or manufacturing. Here at Ultimate, we believe precision is key and guarantee it in all aspects of production. With the information garnered from our launch phase, we move on to the refinement process. Our robot, we believe our clients deserve the best and work diligently to surpass those expectations. Finally, we have the optimize phase. Once the robot is purchased by a client, it is fully customizable, and we promise to modify and adapt it to best serve the client's needs. Here at Ultimate, we believe success is our only option. We show this through our countless accomplishments and 100% guarantee that our robot will be efficient, reliable, and most of all, meet the needs of our consumers. Ultimate stands out from the competition by using state-of-the-art technology such as CNC machines, 3D printers, laser cutters, and computer-aided design. Furthermore, we have 30 working employees that each bring a unique perspective to further improve our robot and company. Lastly, we have the engineering ultimate process. For the last 19 years, our company has designed this process, deriving parts from the engineering design process and the scientific method to provide proven, innovative solutions. Finally, I can guarantee that we, Ultimate Robotics, will work diligently to keep our clients equipped with the most advanced technologies and 100% satisfied with our products. Ultimate Robotics is more than just a company. Ultimate Robotics is your solution. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
Perfect. Yeah, so I do have a couple questions. So I know you discussed cost, and based on your presentation, you were looking at about $200 a unit or so. That is super actually affordable. Does that include the software with it, or is that something I would have to get on the side? And does that include like the technical support and the training of the device, or what's all inclusive, I guess, in the $200 per device?
So within those $200 per unit, you would be receiving a complete software package, and as well, if you we are willing to train your employees to use our robot and to even program our robot should you need it. And we are continuing our pledge to support you and your company, which is why we're even going to give out free repairs and customizations, as well as free software updates, which either you or you can commission us to do for free.
Nice. And I know you guys kind of brought up like your community outreach quite a bit. So based on your involvement in the community and your intent for your robot, where specifically would you start in your like marketing? Who would be your intended customers in the community?
Definitely our intended customers is the healthcare field. In our town currently, we have a very high rate of infection with the coronavirus pandemic. And so we would definitely first go to communities that have such a high rate of transmission or infection, or as well as a high death rate, in order to reduce all of those negative effects of a pandemic and just improve upon the doctors and nurses working diligently there.
For sure.
Furthermore, we want to stress the importance of, we want to express goodwill towards the healthcare industry, which is why we want to gift 15% company equity when these healthcare professionals buy 10 or more stocks, which we can then declare dividends on using our stock options so that they can go out and use that money to buy more supplies which they might need, not necessarily relating to our company.
Definitely. I think the financial incentives are definitely something that would be very enticing. I think those are all the questions I have right now anyway. Jonathan, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I got a couple. So I love Ultimate Robotics, I love the investment and all that fun stuff. But I do have a question. How does this robot solve my problem? Like, didn't see how it's going to be able to isolate healthy cells from the cells, how it's going to be able to go out and check to see if the cell's infected or not, how it's going to do a vaccine. So I don't even know if I don't understand how your robot works compared to some of the other companies that have come in and pitched their robots. Like, I understand how it's going to work. Your robot sounds cool. You have a lot of experience, great stuff. I just don't understand how this robot solves.
So how a robot works is that a robot has a mechanism that allows us to take a sample of cells or a collection of cells. And from there, we are able to bring it back to a human-controlled station, which we can there test the robot to see if it is healthy, if it has already immunity that it has from the coronavirus, or if it is an infected cell. And we do this. We do this to find out, where exactly the cell is and in relation to the field, and how quickly the infection, can spread throughout that. And so when we go out and collect the cells, either driver controlled or autonomously, we are getting a better image of the field itself. And through that, we are able to see, okay, well, there seems to be a higher cluster of infected cells over here, which means we should probably focus our intents over here, while still maintaining a great and equivalent effort throughout the field.
Yeah, I got the concept of how it works, but when I saw your robot, it's like you got two wheels and a little platform. I'm just trying to imagine, thinking of how that's going to go out in the field and reach up on top of a platform, grab a cell, and how it's going to carry the vaccine, because it just looks like it's a big wheel, small wheel platform.
Oh, of course.
I don't understand how it's supposed to work.
Okay, so if you don't mind, let me show this to you right here using the diagram which we have here. Yep. So with our intake system, it functions both as an intake system for the cells and and then it also can expel the cells into the staging area. And this intake system also functions as an intake and extake system for the vaccines. And we have actually specifically designed this intake system to work around the cells and the super vaccines, because both of those have a similar geometry, and both of those are the main contributions to which we want to make towards what we can do on the field and towards what we can do to the entire healthcare industry as a total.
So your robot is kind of like a Roomba, and it sucks in the cell in your intake system?
Yeah, so what a robot does, it'll move, and then it'll kind of, at the risk of sounding informal, it'll kind of eat the cell.
Right, yeah.
And then from there, it's able to drive around. And we actually, in addition with our passive contact point, there's a good amount of clearance with the robot that the cells and the super vaccines don't create a large amount of frictional force. There is enough force to make sure the cell is secure, and we establish that through creating frictional force in relation to the super vaccine or the cell through the ground, which ensures that the cell or the vaccine is actually pretty safe and won't leave the robot when we're trying to maneuver it around the field.
So can your robot get to the cells that are on top of a platform, or are those just, you don't worry about those?
So with those cells, we decided that those cells are not safe, but those cells are at a lower risk of being infected. And for this year, we wanted to aim our strategy more around simplicity over complexity, because in previous years, we have found that when we do more complex actions, and while we can be successful at times, we don't have the greatest yield of reliability. So what we want to stress more to you as a consumer is our dedication to reliability, to ensure that while you can have 9 tests, out of 10 tests, you can have 9 tests that are successful. But if you have 1 test that isn't successful, that's going to ruin the entire 10 tests. So that is why we chose to focus more on the ground level cells and vaccines, because we believe those have the greatest control and mitigation of spreading the infection.
Okay, and then another question, this time on your financials. So you spent $523, it sounded like, but you're selling your robot for $200. How much does it cost you to make?
So the robot itself costs about, a single unit by itself costs about $350 to produce in a single quantity. But when we mass produce our robot, we're able to bring that down closer to $175, which doesn't sound great from our perspective, not leaving us with a greater profit margin. But we decided to, not worry about the profit margins which we are making off the robot. We want to focus more on helping out the community.
To add on to what my colleague said, our expenses for this year were mainly for our technology we use to manufacture the robot. For example, our laser cutter burned out last year, so this year we used our income from the previous fiscal year to fix that. And this, although it is a large amount up front, it will end up working for us for the next about 10 years or so.
Cool, got it. Thank you.
So I do have, I guess, some questions based on what Jonathan brought up. So I understand the desire to produce something simple and at a mass production rate, so for mass distribution. However, given that you want to provide this to so many people and have it be efficient and effective, I think that it would require some modifications or customizations like you offered, especially if we're adapting to different terrains, like we were talking about, like different heights, or whatever it is. What kind of modifications would you do for something if we wanted to be able to reach like cells at like a higher height or something like on a different type of terrain?
Well, once we are able to surpass this next wave of infection, we definitely do want to upgrade our robot. And we mainly want to do this by having an arm system that is able to like kind of reach over and then sweep cells off of there, while also having a net to catch these cells. And we had actually come up with a lot of designs for a robot with such a design. And while we did want to implement that into the season, we decided against it because we only were able to use our workshop for the previous week and a half. And so rather than focusing on something which we couldn't have manufactured in that week and a half, which we have been in our workshop, we decided to just go ahead with a simpler design because we believe that we want to produce it reliably and with higher quality.
For sure. Yeah, so like I said, I can appreciate the simple design, the mass production, and I like that there was at least some intent with like potential prototypes for customizations and upgrades and stuff like that, because I think it would kind of enhance what you're already willing to support. You kind of, I guess, had that foresight to kind of look at who else this could really benefit. I don't have anything else. Jonathan, did you have anything?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay, well, thanks for your presentation and taking time to answer all the questions. If you don't have anything else, then you're free to log out and close shop and have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your time.